Hey everybody, this is KD0FNR, and I am hopefully going to be streaming what I'm doing to debug Project TouCans this afternoon. I'll unplug these flashing purple lights so we don't have to sweat that. And so what you can see here is Project TouCans. And it's called Project TouCans because, let me see if I can get it in the picture. Interesting. All right, cool. Like so. It is called Project TouCans because it is made out of several cans. It is made out of a tuna can, which sits up on top. A pineapple can that holds a receiver, and a soup can that's down below. I am, as we speak, learning how to stream on my desk on Windows with YouTube. So this might all get a little bit wonky as we go. For example, the aspect ratio seems to just really be getting to me. There we go. All right, cool. I'm going to go back to full size. And so, that's TouCans. Also, I can move the camera, right? So we're going to move that right there. There we go. And so TouCans gets us interviewed a lot in airports. But you can see, so what it is inside of here, and you're going to see it in a little bit, I hope, is a rockmite. There's also a tuna topper amplifier up here. And that's kind of what defined the whole housing, was that, you know, we have a tuna topper that comes in a tuna can, and tuna cans and pineapple cans are the same size. And so we said, well, clearly what we need to do is hook the rockmite that does about 750 milliwatts under the tuna topper and just mount it into a can. For a lot of reasons I won't go into right now because I want to get done with the debug. We used, and I gotta think about something interesting. For a lot of reasons, we used a method that required no feed lines. And so TouCans has this kind of uniqueness to it in that the antenna outs are right here. They're on, it has several unique things about this. They're on Anderson power pole connectors, so that's the positive RF out. This is the negative, intended to be on RF ground or counterpoise output, and those are Anderson power poles. And so when we use it vertically, that's what these are for, and they hook up to the vertical antenna. When we use it in a dipole, then what happens is the dipole wires hook up to these two bolts, and the whole thing goes up in a tree. And that is why there's a Pico W hanging out the side, Raspberry Pi Pico W hanging out the side of TouCans. It is because we need to be able to get Morse code signals, radio on-off signals up to TouCans. And if we have a wire coming down from the rig and the dipole, then what happens is the wire tends to start participating as part of the antenna, and that's kind of no fun. We get a lot of feedback. Our antenna doesn't work as good as maybe it should, and so what we do instead is use a Wi-Fi connection to send the Morse code controls up to the rig from the ground. And so that's what this is. As far as power, we use one of these guys. We use a little Immuto power brick. That's the front end. And so you can see, I don't know if you can see, we'll try to focus again. That it has a 100 watt input over here and a 60 watt input. For us, the 60 watt input doesn't have as much noise on it. And so we use the 60 watt input because TouCans is only a 5 watt radio. And that's what's sitting down here in this bottom can. There's another one of these. And so we had a lot of noise problems the other day. And then eventually the Morse code key stopped working. Inside, we're still using the Rockmite's keyer to turn the key on and off. And so I'm not entirely sure why. So a couple of things all changed at once. I had to open up the rig to do some debug. When I opened up the rig, I realized the battery that we'd had for a little bit over a year was dying. And so I changed it out. The POTA that we'd been using for a little bit over a year in the heat and the cold and rain with the rain cover, and it died. So this is the original POTA here, and it did great. It lasted more than a year, and it's a little bit worn out at this point. I don't know if we can focus on that, but it finally wore out to the point of just not working anymore. And so I had to replace the POTA. When I did that, I had to. Turns out I thought I had good revision control software for the POTA. I did not, and so I had to edit that a little bit. And it looked like everything was back up and running. But in the meantime, I had opened up TouCans, pulled and prodded at the Morse code key, and then later that day the Morse code key broke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on a hotspot on my cell phone, because that's how TouCans works these days. I'm going to hook the USB-C adapter. And this one, there's one inside that gives us 15 volts. This one gives us 5 volts for the POTA. And the POTA sits outside because A, it's noisy because it's a processor. And B, the Wi-Fi antenna needs to be outside the can for us to be able to see it from, for example, the cell phone. So I'm going to see if the cell phone has a device connected, and it does. Okay, and so that means the next thing I need is a speaker so that any of us can hear what's going on. And so the POTA with Wi-Fi is how we get control signals up to TouCans. The way we get audio back down is via this little Bluetooth transmitter right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. Oops, I'm going to reset it. I'll turn that on. There we go. And then I'm going to turn on this little JBL Bluetooth speaker. And it's right there. Yep, it's connected now. And we're going to try to just turn TouCans on and see if it isn't just working. Because if it is, then I don't have to debug as much. So let me go ahead and get the address from the hotspot that TouCans is living at right now. And it is 219.141. So I'm going to go over to our control panel. I'll show you that. I'll try to show you that in a little bit. So that is 141. 219. Couple other little things to fill out, like UTC, in case I actually wanted to use radio. I don't, but here we go. And for the other folks that have watched the live streams, this is the same station setup panel you see all the time. I'm going to turn it on. Rockmites are kind of famously loud in the audio sense of the word, and so I'm going to turn down the sound. And so what was going wrong earlier? So the relay that controls the power is working. Clearly, it just turned on. What was going wrong earlier was that the relay that controls the key was not. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to send a K, which no more than that, because we're not on an antenna, and I don't want to blow out the amplifier. And I don't think I will, but let's see what happens. Okay, shucks. I guess the first thing that happened was I'm not wrong. I didn't imagine it. It does need to be debugged, and the bummer is I didn't imagine it, and it does need to be debugged. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the rig, and so there's this 50 little off button right here now. And when I click on off, there we go. Rig's off. Okay, cool. So we got that. I'm going to go ahead and take the power off of the POTA And again, that's this little USB-C guy here. Boy, do I need this to focus in a better mode. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Like I say, apologies, I'm streaming at the house at the same time I am learning. I'm doing this debug. So we'll see if that focuses any better. I think maybe it does. So now I can put this up here. And will it just figure it out? Not really. Oh, well. Like I said, we'll get there. Whoa. That didn't help. Okay, cool. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead. This is the power supply for the POTA. And I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect it. Okay, cool. And so the way the POTA is set up, we have 3 power lines that come in right here. And so there is what's called, I believe, VSys. And here's the beauty of it. Will this pop up to the front? Maybe not. But I have a diagram right here. So we have VSys, and that's coming in the 5 volts from the power supply. We have ground, again from the power supply. And then we have 3.3 volts out. And that's going out to power the relays that I'm about to show you. So that powers the relays, or runs the current through the coils of the relays. And then what we have over here is we have 3 different, so this is the original wire that we had running the keyer when all we were doing was running the keyer before we had an on-off. And so that runs the keyer. That's what's not working right now. So we're going to pay attention to that yellow wire. The second one does power on or off. I'm not sure which at this point, but that's working, so I'm not going to sweat it too much. The third one is a ground for the relays. So the current that comes out of this pin goes back in this pin on the ground. And then this one, the orange one, is again either power on or off. And so what's going on right now is, for whatever reason, the yellow line isn't getting, I don't know, maybe any voltage at all. But definitely not enough voltage to clack the relay over for a Morse code key. And that's the main thing that's wrong right now. It also sounded like the noise went away, which is weird. We had a ton of noise yesterday. It doesn't help at all. There's been geomagnetic storms lately. And so the ton of noise that I was trying to fix might have just not been real. So I am untaping TouCans. And so you can see what we have inside. Is you see there's one of those batteries, like I showed you earlier. Maybe I'm going to get it to focus. And we have our wires going in. I'm going to go ahead and pull the power to TouCans that the relays control. And then we have the relay board. And so the first question is, the really nice thing would be, did this yellow wire somehow come loose up here? And it doesn't appear that it did. So there's where the yellow, can you see? Not great, huh? I'll have to work on getting a, how about there? Better. So this is the yellow wire that comes in, and it's going in the circuit board. It's still pretty sturdy right there. I'm going to peel this back and look where it actually goes in and make sure it's not bent over and touching something else, because that would be no good. It doesn't seem to be. Oh, maybe, but maybe not. Oh, wild. Go ahead and pop that up. That's not great. Okay, and then the wire comes in. We're going to get that one off the other one, although those were supposed to be connected. Those are connected by the proto board anyway. Let's see if I can show you what I'm doing. I'm looking at the solder connections on the proto board, which aren't all pretty. And I don't see any shorts necessarily. I did have that one guy that was laying down. I might have been touching something else. If I go look up here, it looks like the first one in was orange. Looks like the second one in is yellow, and the third one in is red. Okay, and so that guy can actually cause problems. All right. And so maybe, let's get this tape off of here. Great. Maybe that did it. Now the other issue but we're not losing power to the rig. So these are the power lines back here. I guess other things that we sometimes see happen. Okay, that is probably a keyer line right there. And I did one other thing yesterday, which was to try to tape the audio wire onto the can. Apparently I failed at that. That's probably good. I have one of the keyer wires taped to the can. I don't think I documented why. That wasn't great of me. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this back up to the battery. I'm going to pin these back up. Cool. That looks okay. I'm going to check on top here and make sure we didn't just get something goofy here. Okay. Kind of okay. 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 We're going to go back into the power line right here. So now we've got power that can go to TouCans again. I'm going to go ahead and lay this all back down. We've got a POTA. I'm going to make sure that the cell phone, once again, thinks that nothing's attached to it. Nope, it doesn't. Let's see, no devices. Good. Good, it does. So I'm going to go ahead and start the POTA. And I apologize. If there are any chat messages, I haven't been keeping track. There aren't any, so you know that's cool. And we are live. Excellent. Okay, and the POTA is hooked up to the phone now. So now we're going to look at this, and the address is the same, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the rig back on. So it's going to be noisy. Or not. Let's try to send an E. Nope. Alright, so that wasn't the issue. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it back off. Alright. Cool. So let me unplug the Pico again. Alright. So then the next part would be what? Well, the next part would be to hook up a Chromebook to the POTA and see if the software works with the Chromebook or if we're getting any error messages. The other thing I can do at that point is I can rewrite the POTA software to leave the relay control line on, and then we can see if that's going high or not. So that'll be the next thing. So let's give that a try. And so I'm going to have to go get a cable to attach the POTA to the laptop, and I'll be right back. Maybe that was easy. It was easy. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have a Chromebook over here now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hook that up to the POTA. So it's going to supply the power, but also I'm going to be able to see what the POTA is up to as it works. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. Oh, that's weird. So when I plugged in the Chromebook, lo and behold, the relay for worked. Shucks. Okay, so let's go ahead and unplug that. Okay. And so then what am I going to do? Hotspot. It still thinks POTA is turned on. It does that, so I'm going to turn off the hotspot. I'm going to turn on the hotspot. I'm going to plug in the POTA. And if I pay attention, what I should hear when I plug it in is the relay working. We'll find out. All right, the relay is working. Okay, this is a little bit good to know, a little bit not good to know. So the relay is clacking, which means that if I send a K, what we should do, let me see if I can get the microphone a little closer to the rig, is we should hear the relay. Let's see. Yep, sure enough. I don't know if you all can hear that, but let me get it closer to you and see. So that was a K. So the relay's working, which is cool. We don't, hopefully, well, anyway, I don't have to solder that. And so what that means is, what does that mean? Relay's working. Off chance it all started working again, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it back on. That relay is also working. Makes sense. Going to send a K. Nope. Nothing. So I'm going to turn the radio off. Alright. I'm going to unplug the POTA. And we're going to get to see the inside. Which is a little bit of a bummer, but oh well. So, let's see what we can do. I'm going to move the camera up just a little bit. There we go. Cool. And so the inside of TouCans looks like this. It's a lot of stuff a lot of people have seen before. What you're going to see let's see. Let's look at one more thing. So here's the thing. The Rockmite and the tuna topper, which a lot of people have seen before, you know, in the world and other guises, are really don't like having that top taken off. About once a month I lose my antenna feed wires, and it's because they're just kind of they're only hooked up by solder. And so it's kind of a delicate arrangement in there. And so that makes it really worth my while to check anything else I can think of first. And one thing that I can think of immediately is, great, we know the relay's working. Cool. So that means that the power for the relay is getting in. Cool. The let's see if I can get this back to where you guys can see it. The control signals for the relay are getting in. Awesome. And let's see if we can get that to balance out, maybe? Nope. Okay, we're going to come up a little bit here. Yeah, like that. There we go. Now we're going to try to tell it to focus again. And one more time. Okay, cool. So let's get the strap out of the way that holds it all together. And so, here we go. That's the power relay right there. The Morse code relay is a little higher up. And so let's see what we're seeing. if we can. Hey, kid. That's KO6BTY that just got here. Hey, kid, I'm live streaming TouCans Debug for the fun of it.
Oh, cool.
Right?
So what are you doing?
The keyer. So the key relay is actually going clickety clickety,
Yeah?
but the radio isn't going clickety clickety.
That's weird.
Well, yeah. The Rockmite's keyer is booting, which is really good, right? Because when I've done silly things in the past,
Yeah.
right, it's just stopped booting altogether.
Yep.
Which means we have to replace it with another keyer chip, which we have like a standing order with WO1 Rex for more Rockmite keyer chips.
Yep.
Now is that still attached? That looks attached. Okay. Let's see if I can turn on a flashlight and get some more light in there. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. And so we've got we've got a wire coming in there. Yep. Okay, lovely. And that goes up. That probably pulls the coil. And then that one there is on the brown one. And that doesn't look spectacular, but it keeps saying it's attached, but I think it's lying. Hey, can you come here and hold this flashlight, please?
Yeah, I can.
Thanks. It was hot today, huh?
Yeah.
Here you go. Okay, so that little brown
Would you
guy.
like a better flashlight?
I would, if it doesn't take 5 minutes, yes.
It does not. It takes like 5 seconds.
Okay. And so that's the bottom of the Rockmite that you can see back there.
This is a very flashlight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
Maybe
say
it'll
these
be a
things.
little more focused. But isn't it? Wow. Weird. I did not know that these. Well, because that is actually a thing I wanted to figure out. So.
What?
Oh, whether or not these had more light than a general flashlight. By the way, that's the lower setting.
Okay, but I think if you just put a new battery in, it might work.
Maybe.
Yeah, because right now that's not really.
That's
Does
like,
it take double A's?
Maybe.
Could you check? In the meantime? Actually, in the meantime, could you hold this one, please?
Right.
Thank you. Got it?
Yep, I do.
Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to try to press on that wire back there where we can actually maybe see it happening. Okay, I can't. That seems to be attached. I mean, not well. See it right there?
Which one?
The brown one.
I think I see it.
Back left-hand corner.
Back left-hand corner.
Oh. Now the other thing that could have happened. Wow. It is like I'm attached, but it's...
I should probably tape those at some point.
Right. Oh, you bring up a really good point. They were. And now they're not. Fudge. Okay.
Actually something we should do.
Yeah, right.
Before we run the radio again.
Okay. I don't know about that. That seems bold. What's up?
Just really odd.
Oh, right. Weather here today is weird.
Yep.
Okay, so I got that one away, but that one still looks like it's... What the heck? Can you see... Okay, those two pins... So on this side...
Yeah?
The red pin and the brown pin are not touching, is what I'm thinking. We don't want them to touch, but they're not, right? Back there?
Well, that depends on what you mean by brown, because sometimes you say orange, sometimes you say...
Whatever. The one that's not red.
Got it.
Behind the one that is red.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Interesting. Well, hold on. We know they're clacking. Okay, so if it clacks, what that leaves is... Oh, the other side. Okay, that one goes up. So this one is red, and it goes to the... Who knows where. There's a piece of tape right there. There we go. Can you bring it back, please? And the other one's brown and it comes up right beside it. And the one that's brown is like really strangely. Do you see that? How it's like glued to the pin instead of really. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Can you please, like, point at the wire with the screwdriver? Because there's like.
Back left-hand corner on the black relay. This is the left hand.
Ah, you weren't talking about the radio at all. Great. And yeah, I do kind of. I mean, it's in there and it's sticking there, but I can't see any solder.
Right, but it won't come off, I think.
Maybe all the solder is sort of sunk to the bottom. That happens sometimes.
It does. So it seems like it's
weird,
soldered.
since I'm
Okay, now that
pretty
you
sure
know what I'm
soldered
talking about,
backwards.
is that one touching the red one in front of it on the relay?
No, it's
Okay.
not.
Excellent, excellent. So we got those two. We got this. We got a line coming up there from the Darlington array. Great. I bet that line is from what? Positive power on this side? Almost has to be. It just comes down here. Whoops, no, it goes all over creation. Funny. Okay. So we should probably go look at the pinout for that relay.
Yep.
But it looks like okay, so this wire goes up into the rig. There would need to be two wires to go up into the rig, though. There's one of them, right?
Yeah.
One other wouldn't. We just need a ground. A ground. That's probably what this is going over here to hit the... Yeah?
That white wire there may also be going up to the radio.
Well, that's power.
Got it.
The two white wires are power.
Cool.
And that's the Darlington array, so that's on the coil.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that red one in front's on the coil. Then we got this.
It's hot.
Yeah, right, but it's still. Okay, can you? So the red one that goes up into the rig. Here's what I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Does it connect on the same row as that brown one that's on the back left-hand corner, or orange? It does, huh?
Yes, it does.
That's really cool. Okay. And so then we got that comes down. That is going, I don't know where. Interesting. And then we got this one that comes down to there. There's probably just the ground for the coil. Okay. Or power for the coil, one or the other. Okay, and there's another red wire. And that red wire goes, that's power for the coil. Where on earth does this one go?
Maybe we should label them. We've got one.
Ah! No. We've done the usual thing.
Oh, yes, the backwards.
We have two red wires that are going up into the radio.
Okay.
One is this one, and one is that one.
Still figure maybe we should label them. We have washi tape. We have so much.
Look. There's a washi tape label on it already.
All right.
Clearly. I'm not sure what we thought we meant by that, but there's definitely a label.
Yep.
So
yep.
There. And then the other thing is, I think, did those two get bashed together? And that might be the issue too. Okay, so we're gonna take a break, everybody, and go look at a pinout for a relay. Can we have the flashlight again? That is beep. Promises there. And we're going to try to focus on it. We might not make it.
There.
There we go.
Raise up.
For that little black relay. Up, you say.
Oh, they can't
And
see
like
the
so.
array either.
There we go. Because I'm worried that those back two pins are mashed together. So, well, since I don't know how to change... Oh, check this out. Click. Haha. I do know how. Whoops, no. We'll find out. Yeah, I do. And my other radio engineer has collapsed on the floor from the scathing, probably 72-degree heat that we have this week.
Yes.
It's hot here in San Francisco, folks. Record temperatures. Record temperatures.
Record temperatures. I wouldn't even be in this room.
And there's a picture of that little relay. Let's see what I can find. Here's the voltage supply. There's the latching relay. That's not the one that I want. Shucks. That's not it. Let's go look at the one that actually has a picture of the relay. Maybe it'll be a data sheet. What I'm looking for is a data sheet. Or a link to a data sheet to be more specific. Maybe this one? Okay. Nope. There's the relay again. Okay, so there is the circuit board when it was new. Power relay, keyer relay. Perfect. And we did do it debug style, and sure, we'll watch that. And then we need a data sheet, which is right there. Awesome. And then if we blow that up a little bit, blow this up a little bit. What we're going to see, I hope, and these are tricky, is a pinout for the relay. Here we go. Okay. Oh gosh. And so we got the two that are close together. Terminal arrangement, internal connections, bottom view. And so we get two close together, and that's these over here. And they're in the back for us. Great. And so the things that get switched are 5 and 6. Awesome. And so this is the bottom. And so if this guy was connected to the coil, that would be both bad. Oh, wow. And a little amazing that we haven't blown out. Maybe just sheer luck, because maybe we have ground over here on this side, that we haven't blown out the rock mic keyer yet. That's typically exactly how we blow out the rock mic keyer, is by accidentally attaching a voltage to the pin that really just wants to be switched to ground every once in a while to turn the keyer on. So yay, we didn't blow out the keyer. When you blow out the keyer, can you help with the flashlight again, please?
Yep.
Thanks. It seems, that just seems so weird that would have happened. So if we pull this out, are those two touching? Oh, they're not touching.
Oh, good.
Oh, yay, that made it easy.
Whew.
Oh, what was that?
Ha
ha!
That's not good.
That's a problem.
And that makes sense. So it has a ferrule, so.
And ferrules break.
Yep.
All the time.
Also, don't think the camera can see anything.
Yeah. So we have isolated the cause, which is, maybe if I can be hold still.
So close.
Right. Come on, a little better focus.
There
Excellent.
we go. It's that. Oh, where's the light? Good.
Where's the wire? More to the point.
Oh, I see. It's blending with the relay.
Oh yeah. So it would be.
That wire.
This little guy is attached to nothing.
Yep.
And this is a problem we constantly have with ferruled wires. They're a good idea in principle, but if you're gonna, well, I pulled this in and out the other day.
No.
How it got what?
No, I mean, how did we get the ferrule in without one of us cutting off the end and getting?
And saying we don't do that sort of thing?
Yes.
I have no idea.
All right.
And would that be? That would not be. That's really nice. So we have to go and figure out where on earth it's coming from. Up there somewhere. Can you shine the light in there, please? And then we will hook it back up to something else.
Yep.
All right. So that's why we're having problems. We have a disconnected keyer wire. It's laying right there across the relay. So we found the cause, and now we'll go find the fix.
Yep.
This is KD0FNR. 72s, everybody.
72, and this is K6B2I. 72s.